Hello guys! Welcome back to Denson channel. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, please tap the subscription button and hit the notification bell to get updated with my future uploads. Good day guys! How are you today? Now I'm showing you the wrist band or wrist tag when you enter the Stonehenge in Wiltshire, England. Now we are here in the visitor center and we are looking at the presentation, a video presentation about the history of Stonehenge. So in the visitor center, there's a lot of exhibit that you can find regarding the origin and the findings and discoveries that were done by the people, by the archaeologists. That made a research on the area of the Stonehenge. This video was taken in the actual location of the Stonehenge, guys. So here you can see a lot of visual aids that explains how Stonehenge was built.
Yes, yes. I mean, what I'm telling you, I've been told to have done the work.
So here, there's a presentation regarding who built the Stonehenge. And this one is a miniature regarding the original concept of the Stonehenge, the location of the rocks that were made. So as you can see, guys, there is an outer circle which probably was made earlier than the inner circle where you can find the present stones. And this is the evolution of this Stonehenge, guys. After so many years, some of the rocks were already gone or maybe buried, and these are the remains that they discover around the Stonehenge. So some history about what happened after Stonehenge was built. Some explanations. Stonehenge is a masterpiece of engineering built by sophisticated people. Stonehenge is part of a complex prehistoric landscape. The purpose of Stonehenge is lost to us. There will always be a debate about its meaning. So Stonehenge is full of mystery.
Fascination with Stonehenge.
Here there is a video presentation regarding the Stonehenge.
Stonehenge's alignment on the midsummer sunrise. Stukely was greatly inspired by another antiquarian, John Aubrey, whose unpublished theory stated that Stonehenge was pre-Roman and had been built by the Druids. It was to have a
So if you are in this
century, there was no concept of a long prehistory. The earliest
visitor center, guys, at least you will have a background. There's a lot of materials that you can check, so you would somehow understand the mystery around the Stonehenge. So guys, this is a sample of the rocks or stone that was used in building the Stonehenge. So this one is around 20 tons in weight, and just imagine how many people you need to move these rocks from its origin, which is so many kilometers away from the present location of the Stonehenge. So this is the example of a early house of the prehistoric people. So look at these guys. This serves as their protection for winter season, which is quite cold here in this area. And the walls were made of mud, carefully shaped to match the roof at a circular shape. So this roof also will protect them from the rain, because there are times when there's a lot of rain here in the UK. So just imagine the life that those people have during those days.
And originally it wasn't called Laycock at all, it was called...
Okay guys,
And Lacock is an old...
we are leaving the vicinity of the Stonehenge,
because it was
and just to show you around the
which is a tributary of the River Avon.
location.
It was even recorded in the Domesday Book, which was compiled in...
This is a farming village.
At that time, it was just 20 acres of meadowland, half an acre of vineyard.
And they have this
Not a place of any importance.
wall of plants,
It did change in the 30s,
which they call a hedge.
all because of one woman. A very
And there are specific plants that can be used
free. Now she...
to be the hedge
And when the Earl died,
or a border walls of a property.
man, he was there at the signing of the Magna Carta.
Look at those guys.
A monument to him, and she decided to build an abbey at Leicester.
So once the plants are grown up,
It was a female establishment.
they will just
Now, the Countess was a very
trim it regularly to shape as a wall.
annual fair.
And this wall or hedge that they call it,
trade route between Bath and London.
can provide the restriction for
So it's got direct links to the ports at Bristol. So
other people, outsiders, to go inside your property.
beginning to happen in the 13th century. And Laycock
And even good to hold your animals like cattle,
were built,
pigs, or sheep
which is when Laycock
to get out
now
of your farm.
its history. Before the Industrial Revolution, wool was our staple economy. But
So there you go, guys.
the woolen industry began to collapse.
Lot of trees.
Economic disaster hit some
So basically this area is an agricultural
known as the cotton,
place.
devastated as well, because it was almost totally dependent on wool production. This particular village went from being incredibly prosperous to being a village that suddenly had 3 poorhouses because there was no work. Most of the employment was in the larger
So the main source of living here,
19th century.
guys, is agriculture.
Had 146 people living in it, and they were being used almost like slaves to build the nearby railway. So Laycock has had a very checkered history. It's seen incredible affluence as well as great.
Very nice place, guys.
If you can, try and imagine what it must have been like as a thriving market town.
A place in the countryside.
Picture all the life and noise on market day, livestock being sold, horses and wagons,
Where they have these English houses.
full of amazing sights and sounds and smells. So between the 13th and the 18th century, things were very prosperous. There was only one little hiccup really, and that was when Henry VIII was on the throne. I'm sure you'll...
So most of this land are used for agriculture,
And in doing so, was ransacking all the abbeys,
but
taking all their money and treasure.
in this season there is no
Astute businessmen,
plants because
and
it's winter.
all powerful enough to be a political.
And look at the trees.
So rather than having it destroyed, he decided,
There are a few leaves only
and he sold it to a man known
due to the weather.
The agreement was that William could have it as a family home as long as he stripped the place.
As the weather changed to
William very dutifully
spring,
off that it was at its heart and replaced it with a brew.
we can expect these plants to bloom
It's been a manor.
and have a lot of
Clarendon never had it.
leaves and flowers.
When Reese got married, it passed to the Talbot family, and it's been the home of the Talbots ever since. In fact, the Talbots have been the ruling family of this village for the past 400 years. Now, I know you might find that incredibly antiquated, but in areas of rural England, up until the Second World War, this was quite common. You'd have one family that would own most of the property and land in and around a village. Now, in the Second World War, a lot of this large estate became very run down, and because they had been heavily taxed, this left the owner with one of 2 choices. You could either sell the estate or give it away to charity. It sounds bizarre, but in Laycock in 1944, the lady of the manor gave the whole lot away to the National Trust. The abbey that had been their family home for 400 years, all the properties in the village and all the surrounding land. Now you may be thinking,
Okay, guys, we continue our journey,
National Trust, it must be a real tourism.
and still we are in the
Concessions to tourism.
rural areas
The village is very much
in the UK,
all the gentry
and still you can see a lot of trees.
happened here. This is mainly because
Maybe we can find here some cherry blossoms
they rent them from the National Trust.
during the spring season.
Renting is always given to those who have a family history in this village or work in the local area. There is a long waiting list for property here. People with money
It's like a forest.
Someone would like to live in this quaint rural community.
But beyond these trees,
There are still families living.
there are a lot of agricultural lands.
So it's got a real life of its own. It's not dominated by commuters, and because of this, many of the local services,
So in this forest, there are a lot of wild animals
post office, and an excellent bakery,
and birds.
holiday homes. The National Trust are only allowed to have one holiday cottage here, and that's next to
Look at that farmhouse, guys.
Riding Laycock. There's something else.
It's very nice.
Abbey, which is located on the outskirts of the village. When you see it, take a
The roads here are usually
on the south side.
narrow.
It may not look amazing.
So if you are traveling in these
This was the subject
rural areas,
of traffic negative.
you have to give way to the
19th century, and he was called William,
other vehicles
and he actually pioneered
that have the priority to pass.
the first photographic negative was taken in 1837.
Usually
Laycock now,
priority is given to those vehicles traveling uphill.
very busy. Oh, and remember, you can't get lost here. It's tiny. The centre of the village is basically full of roads.
Look at that, guys. There's a farmland
Enjoy your time here, and I'll speak to you.
beyond these trees, and these trees were used as a boundary walls. Very nice. So nice to live in this what we call a province. In Asia, we call it province. It's like a town center where houses were made.
You'll see in the distance on my right the abbey.
So more hedge, guys.
Okay, there we go.
Farmlands.
She mentioned on this side.
It is on this side, so we'll walk past that one.
You can see here some sheeps,
We don't go into the
some pigs
no,
and cattle,
that's probably another.
as well as horses.
Which is around about 15 or 18 pounds. But we can see that window. It's the smaller window on this side between the two larger ones. It's dark paint. So that was the first ever photo.
This area is so nice, guys.
Negative before a positive.
Yeah.
So
Here there is a stone
it was sort of thing.
fence,
From this side,
stone walls.
that tower is 60.
It's high enough
But it's a nice place.
for the sheep to jump across, to prevent the sheep to jump,
It's pretty spectacular.
and which can cause accident for the vehicles.
Fine example of an abbey. So we're just going to park in here, then we're going to walk up that traffic-free road.
Wow, this area is so nice. The air is fresh. Foods are fresh. Thank you for watching. Please click like and leave your comments below. If you are not yet subscribed, please do not forget to tap the subscription button and hit the notification bell to get updated with my future uploads. See you on my next video.